At 3,500 meters, the ship is a continent of rust.
Edges cut. Clearance lies.
Entry must be earned, not forced. Choose the hole that allows a retreat.
One scrape can turn into a lock.
Inside, visibility is the first life support.
A doorway becomes a measurement problem. Rotation prevents a hard jam.
Personal history hides under collapse.
Rummage slowly. Do not lift the silt.
Value becomes a silhouette in sediment.
The cabin still contains a final posture.
Exit clean. No pivot in tight frames.
Navigation is hazard management.
Overhead movement means silt can fall like snowdrift.
No contact, no blindness.
Service rooms keep small objects trapped in place.
Small things survive by being forgotten.
Flow indicates an exit wound or a collapse.
The cone light becomes a tunnel through ruin. Big rooms amplify silt-out risk.
Hands move slower than curiosity.
Recording beats recovery. Trails end where movement stopped. Cone light low. Feet decide the outcome.
A corner becomes the last shelter.
Do not pull. Let the camera read it.
Visibility is borrowed, never owned. Structure lines beat open space. This is where a suit can get pinned.
immediately, reverse and rotate.
Interior time is limited. Exits matter. Outside water space is safer than inside traps. The ship guides the path by damage. Follow rivets. Avoid torn edges.
Hardware points to human pathways.
Hatches trap suits. Avoid unless necessary. An entry must allow an exit.
Stillness is a tool.
Centerline entry reduces snag probability.
Inside again. Darkness presses close. Always confirm the way back before going deeper. The beam chooses the route. Follow the beam. A shaking panel can trigger a full silt out. Cone light forward. Body quiet.
Commit to one entry. Reduce variables.
The threshold is crossed next. Entry point confirmed. Darkness is absolute outside the beam.
Door frames warp. Clearance is never what it looks like.
A corridor becomes a narrow contract with gravity and silt. Movement up top means visibility risk down low.
Risk is geometry. Choose the corridor that cannot trap the suit.
Small rooms still keep secrets. Pinned luggage often survives where movement is impossible. Hands move slowly. The ocean punishes hurry. Value becomes shape, not shine. The room still holds a human outline. Reverse exits reduce snag risk. Patience is a safety system. This is the doorway that steals suits.
Stop. Breathe. Unhook.
Wider room, higher silt load. One mistake can blind everything. A single tap can erase the world. Keep the cone low. Feet decide visibility.
Current becomes an invisible hand. Big rooms do not mean safe rooms. Silt load is enormous.
Encrustation preserves shape while erasing detail.
Soft things become traps when attached to sharp steel.
Trails often end at a body or a barrier. A corner becomes the last shelter.
Paper becomes an imprint, not a page.
Visibility is borrowed, never owned.
Silt out begins as a whisper.
Stop movement. Let the sea reset. Use structure lines. Do not trust open space.
Overhead hazards decide the pace.
Closed compartments resist collapse longer. Force breaks context.
Imprints are evidence. Removal destroys the story.
Currents mark the broken lungs of the ship.
Vertical navigation needs fixed references. Rivets work.
Down here, roots become compromises. This is where suits get pinned. Keep the profile flat.
Storage rooms are archives written in rust.
Boxes like this were meant to survive fire, not the sea.
Remains in storage suggest a search for supplies under panic.
Hands still point toward need.
Exit before fatigue. Fatigue causes contact.
Clearance is survival.
Interior time is limited. Currents and silt decide the clock.
The ship exhales through wounds. Outside reduces entrapment risk, but increases disorientation. A new opening appears. The exploration continues.
Midship corridors pinch into traps.
Rotation first. Force never.
Clearance gained. Visibility preserved. Public rooms hold artifacts and risk. Furniture becomes a container. Stillness prevents blindness.
Exit before visibility collapses.
Grandeur is measurable only by ruins.
Collapsed stair zones create squeeze points.
Not every shortcut is survivable.
Offices hold paper traces and keys.
Administration leaves metal behind.
Safe contents become outlines, not objects.
Work ended here without a farewell.
Back out clean. No pivot.
Flow marks a wound through decks.
Service routes shorten distance and raise risk.
Hatches are suit traps. Angle and measure.
Back of house routes still map the ship.
Drawers open themselves over decades.
Administration leaves keys without doors.
Keep the beam low in office silt.
Small boxes hold the ship's daily life. Sediment can cement metal into a single slab. Records end where breath ended.
Return to the seam before choosing the next route.
Choose ascent by stability, not by design.
Debris slopes shift under weight and current.
Higher decks carry the ship's public face.
Lounge debris hides small valuables. Value becomes a pattern, not a sparkle.
Cables indicate radio and bridge zones. Loops snag joints. The entry stays clean.
Signals died, but hardware remains.
Messages reduced to fragments and labels.
A room built for rescue holds its own loss.
Reverse is safer than turning in cable rooms. Navigation spaces hide tight turns and sharp edges. Corner clearance is the whole game in IVA suits. The bridge is a museum of broken control.
Bridge artifacts tell intent, not outcome.
Navigation becomes a trace in silt.
Command positions do not guarantee escape.
A ceiling tremor can erase the room.
Exit before the room becomes fog. Current at openings can pin a suit to metal.
Outside resets the sense of direction. Exterior holes can be safer than doors. A small opening prevents a whiteout.
Sediment preserves outlines, not shine.
A single tremor can erase the room. Reverse on the seam before visibility collapses.
Curved frames can pin a rigid suit.
Lower decks concentrate debris and risk. One touch turns air into blindness.
Workspaces became final shelters.
Daily objects survive as silhouettes.
Currents arrive like unseen hands.
Stairs become slopes. Slopes become traps.
Every move is a test of the floor.
Large rooms invite the imagination. Reality is rubble.
Grand spaces still end in small drawers.
Paper vanished first. Labels linger. A feast hall kept a silent last seat.
Freeze before the haze becomes permanent.
Leave the collapsing room. Keep the map.
Open water restores visibility and hearing.
Exit routes are chosen before risk returns.
Repeat landmarks. Reduce mistakes.
A clean exit is a successful dive.
The wreck remains. The risk remains.
The ocean closes the door again.
Only the memory of the route remains.